Yo, we are live. Let me just put this off. Welcome to another video. My name is Hans. I'm simply a dude on the internet. I don't give financial advice. I taught all of these things myself. So please, if you enjoy my videos, please subscribe. And if you find yourself enjoying it, the like button would be appreciated. So let's get into this video. What's up, Dix Insider, my number one troll? So the bottom is in. Which one? I mean, I've been very Win 7x, Win 7 cent Xer. I don't know, bro. Let's look at. We're one of the top 3 coins pumping. So in today's video, let's just cover what we're doing. Hex being the top gainer. We'll cover BTC, Hex, ETH, the weekly closes. Because remember, I told you guys we wanted to close above certain levels. We'll look at the Bitcoin dominance to see if the altcoin season is a go. It doesn't look like it because Hex is one of the only altcoins that are pumping double digits. We'll look at the stable coins and we'll look at the different Hex pairs. Dix Insider, when 7 cents, I don't think we can reach 7 cents yet. I mean, the indicators are quite erect already. We'll get to all of your different coins. I don't have any Pulse Bitcoin. I'm not mining anything. It's probably because I sold all my Pulse Dogecoin. And I don't have any bags. So we all have our biases, right? And it's hard to be bullish on something that you own nothing about, where you own nothing of it, right? So how do you feel about it? I don't know, dude. How long can they continuing? The next one is Pulse Litecoin, and what's after that? I mean, how long? How many different things can you do, right? We'll just see. All they're doing is reducing the supply. But they need to have narrative to continually push a meme coin. I sold my 25 PLS at $2. Right, dude. Tell me about it. And I'm not buying anything up here, right? Yeah, like my tweets have said, I've been pretty bearish, and we're just pretty much chilling above what the short location is. And we're spending a lot of time up top here, so it's whales pumping Hex for Hedron burn. Sweetie, why do you think a high price for the Hedron burn would be good? It'd be interesting to know what your thoughts are about that. I don't think the high Hex price has anything to do with the auctions. Right, the starting price for a Hedron HSI is the amount you could have borrowed against it, right? But if you've got more information, I'd love to know. HSI become more expensive for auctions, meaning more Hedron burned. Interesting. HSIs become more expensive for auctions, meaning more Hedron needed. Okay. I might be speaking trash, but I thought the HSI starting price is what you could have borrowed against Hedron, but I stand corrected if I'm wrong. PLSD reduced 40% supply already. Yeah, I heard they're burning a lot, so good for them. I hope it works for them. Giant M for PLSD. So it seems like you guys really wanted to look at it. I mean, what I always tell you guys is this Giant M here you're probably talking about on the weekly. What I always tell you guys is that retail buys up markets, and when I see everybody on Twitter and everybody on my YouTube being bullish, it just screams warning signs to me. Because retail tends to buy the up markets, right? They're not interested in here. Like some of my previous videos, if you've gone through it, I was telling people I've got positions here, and I sold mine up here, which was probably a bit silly. I should have waited to sell off on a double, stick to my own strategy that I created, but I mean, we're all human after all. This red box does not mean this is like a door that or a wall that can't go through. We've actually found support on it. This is just one reason to be a bit cautious, as this is what is called the reload zone. At the bottom is also the reload zone, but this is the reload zone for the short. So if the whales wanted to push it down, they're going to be doing it up here. So this is the weekly chart. On the weekly, the RSI still has some room to go, but on the daily, if we put on the line chart, I mean, you guys are probably over me saying these things, but as the price is going higher, the momentum is going down. So does anyone know what that is called? I saw you guys wanted, do you like Poly? What is Poly? Poly network? Polygon like in Matic, Polymath, FM Alexander, sorry about that guys, there goes the wind. Do you like Poly? I mean, I just look at the chart, right? Yeah, Dixon Cider, bearish divergence, well done. Yo, I got into DYDX and Sushi. I'd be super pumped if you continue following those two. They look ready to go. Yeah, I mean, we can quickly look at them for you. So we're still in the sideways channel, right? Still moving sideways. Let's look at the weekly. So what we have is we have a 90% correction, we have trade location, we have bullish divergences. I mean, everything still looks good. It will just move sideways in its range until it's ready to go, right? Let's remove all these drawings. Sushi swap, I mean, yeah, RSI has broken out on the weekly. It all looks really good. Not much has changed. With that being said, let's quickly go and look at the Bitcoin dominance to see what the altcoins might be doing. We'll take a look at the Bollinger Bands. Remember, I tweeted a few days ago, the Bollinger Bands on BTC has not been this tight in years. Are we going up or down? And not to mention Hex, right? What was the price down here? At 32. And it was super tight, and we'll take a look at it. We'll cover some definitions as well. So the dominance, remember, when this goes down, the altcoins tend to do well, and when it rises, Bitcoin receives more market share, meaning the altcoins will lose some of their value versus Bitcoin. I think we do have bearish divergences up here, so it seems like the altcoins might catch a little bit of a bid. That's why we might be seeing Hex running right now. But I mean, Hex is decorrelated. We've shown you guys on the Crypto Watch a few times already, right? So let's take a look at Poly. I used to trade this on the last bull run. It seems like it's not listed anymore. FM Alexander, you need to let me know if this is the Polymath that you're talking about. So I know we're talking about shitcoinery, but this can always carry through to the charts we like, right? Like Hex and stuff. As long as we're learning what to look for, we know what to look out for in the future, right? I feel like I'm a genius now. Dude, I mean, bearish divergences are literally the only thing you need to learn. Yeah, well done, you've been learning. If we want a lot of Hedron burned for the auctions, the dollar amount of Hex in the HSIs is important, okay? Higher Hex price in HSI equals more Hedron needed to buy that HSI, okay? So more Hedron burned and higher payout in ICOSA rule, I think. Well, I'm figuring it's quite complicated, dude. So, Sweaty, don't worry. it is a complicated contract. I mean, I'd have to go read through it just to see what's up. Okay, so let's cover our weekly charts quickly, because the weekly closed yesterday. And I told you guys we wanted to close above this 1500 level. And I mean, all is still well. And we've closed above it. This was the previous candle. And there we've got the support line. We closed another candle above it. I mean, this is very, very healthy market structure. We're still moving sideways and we've got higher lows still. Where was the last higher low? Down here. Probably this one. So yeah, this is good market structure. All is well. We look at Bitcoin because Bitcoin tends to lead the rest of the market. Let's look at ETH quickly. Still very good. We've come back into the reload zone. Remember, this is where retail doesn't want to buy, but this is where the professionals go long. Still, it looks a bit better than Bitcoin, just the price action, higher lows. Weekly candles found support on the reload zone. This looks really well, and we can see where this might be going in the future when we finally get the breakout, just by reversing the Fibonacci tool. $2,500 is your first target, $3,400 your next target. So as soon as it breaks up here 2000, it's off to the races. Let's cover the Hex. Yeah, I mean, we're pumping 10% on the day. This looks good. Although, I mean, the RSI is simply still very low. We still haven't even broken out on the weekly. Yet the daily seems a little bit erect, as we've discussed in other videos. But this can go very oversold. The most important thing probably to look for would be bearish divergences. Maybe we make a high and another high. This might look like a top and another top. And then we can say, right, momentum is going down, price is going up, we're most likely a little bit oversold and we're coming down. But this RSI, I mean, can go pretty high. We'd probably have to pull up the stochastic RSI as well to get a better view of where we're at. Yeah, it's very oversold. It's high up here on the stochastic as well. What we can do is we've got measured moves. You can see the W over here. Just good market structure. And when we finally broke out at 0.34, did I say that right? 3.4 cents. This means then we have a measured move. Just use that from the bottom. I think this takes us to like $4. Yeah, $4.2. I'd be surprised if we don't hit that at least before consolidating a bit. But let's pull up the Bollinger Bands. And I mean, what more can we do? We can maybe pull up some reload zones. To see if we have confluence. Probably the 50%. Yeah, the 50% is at 4.1. So I think we'd get at least to 4.1 on Bitcoin. Oh, look at me on Hex. Let's put on the Bollinger Bands so we can learn some of the indicators. We are outside of the Bollinger Bands. Now let's just remember I tweeted this, the tight Bollinger Bands. And the last time we saw Hex this tight was before the bull run. Now the Bollinger Band on itself is not a trading indicator, but it gives you an idea of what is going on. So we had the squeeze. The squeeze is the central concept of the Bollinger Band. When the bands come close together, constricting the moving averages, it's called a squeeze. A squeeze signals a period of low volatility and considered by traders to be a potential sign of future increased volatility to the upside or to the downside, and the possible trading opportunity. Conversely, the wider apart the band move, the more likely chance of decreasing in volatility, because the price action wants to get back into those bands, right? So the breakout, approximately 90% of the price action occurs between the two bands, so inside of it. Any breakout above or below the bands is a major event. So this is a major event. The breakdown is not a trading signal. The mistake most people make is believing that the price hitting or exceeding one of the bands is a signal to buy or sell. It's not that at all. Breakouts provide no clue as to the direction or the extent of the price movement. So this does not tell us, right, it's going to turn around. We have no idea how high this possibly can go. If we go back to see if it moved outside, I mean, there's so much data, right? So yeah, it tends on Hex. It tends to stay inside. I don't think we've ever seen a large breakout like this. Up here, maybe, right? You come outside, but it stayed 3 days outside of the Bollinger Band and made some good gains. Here it just hugs it, but now it's going to start expanding, right? Which just means there will be lower volatility in the future. So the stochastic RSI is still pointing upward. This looks really good. Polymaximus. Oh, Polymaximus is the Hedron pool, right? I think it is. It's good. I mean, I'm not sure how it works, and I've watched that Maximus guy's video. It could be a security because you're expecting work from others. It's the betting on the auctions aren't automated, so you need someone to actually do it manually, right? So it's a bit dodgy, I would say. But if you're a participant, I won't be too worried. It would just be dodgy for the Maximus team, right? Okay, so we finally broken out of this long, slow grinding, right? So this is good to see some volatility finally. And yeah, you guys saw my price targets, but I'll keep you guys updated as to what I'm doing. This is Hex versus ETH, the first target for, because this is a massive W, right? Or higher lows. That's not the best drawn, but either way. 1, 2, 3, 4. And inside of it, there are small ones as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is very good market structure. Now this is Hex versus ETH. Although not a lot of liquidity trades here, it can tell us a bit of what might be going on. It's getting into the oversold area, but I mean the stochastic is still pointing up. We've still got some more room to go. I don't know what's going on here. Let me just fix this chart quickly. Okay, yeah, we're still below the reload zone. I mean, there's so much room for this to move. It can easily get into the green box, into the reload zone over here, as Ethereum stays sideways. Let's look at X versus BTC. Still inside of the reload zone. So we're outperforming BTC and ETH, but you can see that by just simple percentages, right? Let's reverse that chart. So still below the reload zone, although I think we're getting, yeah, okay. This looks good. Serious question, not trying to fight. Did you read the most recent lawsuit filed against Richard Hart for dealing with an unregistered security in the US? Do you have any concerns about it? I've read it, and it's the most bull crap that I've ever seen in my life, right? But there's lots of guys who have covered it. Not to mention that it's like 0.2 or like 1 ETH traded. I mean, the person put in like 1,200 US dollars. Hex is not a security. The person didn't buy Hex from Richard Hart. It bought it from a contract which is trustless, right? Either if they interacted with the contract was launched, it cannot be stopped. That would mean if I think it's a female, if it interacted with the contract, who are you going to sue, right? The next thing is if it bought it on Uniswap, are you going to sue Uniswap? Because Uniswap is also, it's a deployed contract. It cannot be turned off. You just know that there's these different liquidity providers, which could be anyone, and it is a lots of different people, because liquidity providing is very profitable. So from who of the liquidity providers did you buy it from, right? So it's just and apparently the lawyers who filed it, if you go look at their reviews, it's terrible reviews. Apparently they're like scammers. So what do I think is the next move for Hedron? Okay, so let's look at the Hedron chart for you guys. So we've got major resistance above us. This is technically the opposite of good market structure, but I mean, if you're a shorter, this is good market structure, because you've made lower highs, right? And this is the opposite of a W, right? An M. But it's quite large, and for it to break down here, that would only be valid once it breaks down here. Then you can get a measured move, right, from the top to the bottom. And this would take you like, but this is very fuddy, so don't get fudded out. I'm just telling you, but we need to break down here and to close down a bit below 32,000. The only thing still, this is what is called the nosebleed section. Any area above my green box is the nosebleed section. I'm not allowed to participate here. I'm watching a few wallets that are actively selling these local tops. People with large accounts. One guy with 280 million Hex that is staked for like, I think 7 years on that specific account, and they're selling down the price here. But I've heard from that guy, he is a net seller of Hedron. So all we can do is look at the RSI perhaps, and maybe the stochastic RSI, to get an idea of where we might be at, right? So the stochastic RSI is pointing down. We found support on this moving average on the RSI. I don't see any bearish divergences, but I would expect a buy the rumor, sell the news event on the 13th of November, right? It's just such a major event. The hype is real, and you know retail people like us are going to buy it up here. So I mean, resistance is up here. I just can't be interested up here. It's way too high. I look for areas like this on the RSI to buy when it's down below here, and you can just see where value is at right there, right? It's hard to tell you. We're simply just ranging here, but this can easily turn into a W, right? If this low is higher than the bottom down here, that's valid market structure, and as soon as you break out of here, you have a measured move to the upside. Let me just measure it out for you. And that probably takes us right into resistance. So that's probably what is going to happen is we're going to continue ranging here. We're going to create higher lows, perhaps another one right here, and then break out, maybe a bit earlier, like this. A little cup and handle, break out, meet resistance, and then you want to see a reset. This is going to be sold down heavily. And lots of resistance, 2 reload zones. It's getting a bit complicated, but I'm pretty sure you can make out my thoughts right there. Cup and handle, technically yes. Your cup here and your handle. But the narrative was that this whole thing here is a cup and handle, which is not valid because the cup and handle is not allowed to go below the 50%. Let me put it up for you guys. Not allowed. That's very... Oh, what am I doing? The 50% of the Fibonacci retracement tool. But it's not supposed to go deeper than the red line here, but it went all the way to the reload zone. Bounced off perfectly here and went higher. So yeah, I mean, Hedron, what more can you say? We can probably look at Hedron versus Hex. Look at the ratios. Maybe we can see something there. This one. And then we just click the switch to price to Hedron to see what's going up here. So maybe the weekly chart. This is beautiful market structure down here. Just higher lows, right? This low. Was it higher? 6736. 6736. So yeah, these are higher lows. So this is good market structure. We can just see all of the W's, right? W's inside of W's. And the larger W, of course. So what this means is Hex is valuable versus Hedron here. Hedron, am I saying this right here? So you want to be swapping your Hex for Hedron up here. This can get a bit complicated, but you guys need to stick with me. This is important, right? This is where I'd be buying some Hedron with Hex up here. But that would mean that Hex is incredibly value versus Hedron down here. Right? As soon as we start breaking, we faked out. We just faked out in the smaller W. But if Hex continues to outperform here and Hedron continues to go down, we would get a candle close up here. That would give us a measured move. And just frankly, looking at the charts, like I've told you guys before, why go into something that is from its all-time low okay, so from our all-time low to where we are currently at, we're up 2,000%, right? Where if you look at Hex, how far are we up from our lows? Just from an opportunities perspective, right? Where is opportunity at? Something that's up 2,000% or something that is up from its lows 34%, right? And you can measure it from the top. Hex is still down 92%, right? You know, I hope you get what I'm saying. But market participants, especially retail, I keep repeating myself, they do not want to buy down markets. They want to buy green candles, right? It's just the way it is. We're driven by our emotions, whereas your whales and your market makers and the professionals do this for a living, right? I mean, this is perfect market structure. This is as good as SushiSwap's market structure. And here you can get 9,000 Hedron for 1 hex, right? And the more it increases in price, the more Hedron you're getting for 1 hex. Yeah, Hedron is valuable versus Hex here. Hex is valuable versus Hedron here. Okay, hypothetically speaking, what would it mean if Hex officially legally named a security? I mean, we can just look at, I know you've already, yeah, never mind. XRP is still trying to fight their, those are actually called hadidas. It's a bird in South Africa. Maybe I should show you what it is. And they're super loud, so and they fly in groups like this. So you'd hear them. They look like this. They eat worms and stuff in the grass, and they live everywhere in the suburbs. So that's what you heard there. They just flew over my my house. It's so funny. You can hear it in some of my videos. They live in like pairs and threes. So yeah. Where was I? Oh, you got me laughing about that, pet penguins. Have you claimed your free Texan tokens? I have claimed it on, like I've got lots of Hex stakes on different wallets because I've told you guys there's going to be more airdrops to Hexicans. So if you want to have multiple wallets with small stakes, get doing that. There's going to be more airdrops. I have claimed it on, except for my large wallet, right? But what I like about that airdrop is you don't have to, what do you call it? You don't have to sign a transaction. You're just signing a message, which it doesn't give any, how do you say, permissions for them to use your, to use anything pretty much. So it's pretty darn safe, right? There is no chart for it yet. It is going to be launched once Pulse Chain comes out, and then they're going to go through all of the wallets that have a signed transaction, and then you'll get your coins probably airdropped to you, or probably sent to you. I don't think they're that technically. They probably are. I'm just totally talking crap. But yeah, so I've got lots of different wallets that I claimed it on. Let me just see if everything's still fine. Yeah, so there's no chart for it. Might as well pull up the Zen chart too for the haters. Let's do that. Apparently the price doesn't matter anymore in crypto land. I don't know why we're all here if it doesn't matter. And the fact that there's still $40,000 liquidity in it just blows my mind. 99.93%. Damn. I mean, it's just, yeah, a good market structure. We have higher lows. Yeah, my perspective still hasn't changed. I mean, I tweeted early that I thought this was a vampire attack. But yeah, what more can you say? I wouldn't be impressed with this. I minted my coins. I minted coins for like 380 days, and I'm pretty bleak about the gas that I wasted on it. I didn't waste a lot. I think I wasted like $60 on it, and I'm bleak about that $60. Yeah. Lame, right? Have we covered everything? I wanted to quickly pull up, because I wanted to see for myself what the USDC, if people are actually leaving their USDC positions. No, this is not right. To go into some of the cryptos. So this just shows how many people are still in US dollar coins. We can see it coincides nicely with Hex. Let's change it to a different color. This orange is ugly. So the better the altcoins do, the more people leave their fiat positions to go into coins like Hex and whatever. But as soon as the market starts bleeding, the altcoins start bleeding, people rush into their fiat positions, right? And as we go down in Hex, more people leave their fiat positions. But what I want to see is, I want to see a break of this level. People leaving their USDC positions to go into whichever coin. I mean, that could be BTC, it could be ETH, it could be Hex, it could be Hedron, it could be anything, right? But once again, what can you guys see here? A massive M, right? Lower highs. And as soon as we break down here, we're gonna have a nice run in crypto land. All the way down to 3%. Oh no, even lower, to like 2%. That's almost half of the amount of USDC that there is in the market. But this is very much the same as the dollar chart. Dollar chart bleeding, losing some of its value versus the forex coins and gold and stocks and all those other things, right? You can just see this is the SPY, the S&P. And what can you guys see here? A break of the W. So the S&P has some upside, which is good, because everybody feels that we're correlated with the macro. I mean, this can take you all the way up into the elections, right? Let's look at the NASDAQ. Once again, we haven't broken out yet on the NASDAQ. We're literally flirting with that W. When you get the breakout there, you have your measured move from the bottom to the top. So yeah, it seems like everything wants to rally into the elections. We can look at the dollar on the daily, still pretty weak. This is an M, right? I mean, markets are simply that is that simple. As soon as we break down here, close candles down here, down we go. And then everything else can have a bit of a relief rally. Stochastic pointing down, RSI is coming down. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. That's very true. You're the best, Hans. Thank you, San Antonio, Hexican 555 or Cuatro Cinco. Pet Penguins, we've covered that. Minus 10,000 X maybe. What do you normally eat for breakfast? I haven't eaten anything yet. I need to lose a bit of weight, so I'm fasting. I'm doing OMAD, 1 meal a day. But yeah, I've got a. I'm a huge proponent of the carnivore diet. So I've done really well with it when I am disciplined. Like I like it. In South Africa, our culture is pretty much especially Afrikaner, is pretty much built on eating a darn ton of meat. Yeah, so. And I lose weight like a crazy person, which I like. We're going into the end of. We have a December vacation where everybody goes to the beach. And like the whole of December is a vacation, right? So you need to look good then before all the chicks. Yeah, please smash the like button if you've enjoyed it. Micah, I've looked at sushi quickly, but I mean, you just have to be patient now and sit on your hands and wait for this to play out. I mean, we're just moving sideways here. The best place to have gotten this was in the reload zone, of course. So we're a little bit overextended, but still good. I mean, for us to see price action, this is a lower low down here. This was probably where you should have gone long down here. But the stochastic RSI on the daily is pointing up. The RSI a little bit overextended. But the little old lady or the granny investor, she does not mind spending time underwater. She's got such low percentages in these coins that she'll just sit and wait till she gets her double, and she'll sell half in a double. Get that to some into something else that is still in value, maybe still in its reload zone. Rinse and repeat. I just put my profits into Hex and stake it. TYDX, thank you Hans Elio Perdomo. Hexagons worldwide, yeah, pretty much everybody is here from everywhere. Oh yeah, let's look at the total 3 now. This is all of the altcoins without the US dollar coins. Let's look at the weekly. So this is all of the altcoins without Bitcoin, without Ethereum, and without the stable coins. I mean, all of this looks pretty much the same, right? We just have good market structure, higher lows, right? And for anything to change, we need to have a break of the 453 billion. The stochastic RSI is pointing low, but that's fine. We still have some consolidation to go, and it's quite low. So and this is the weekly chart, so when this eventually turns over, and once again we are well within the reload zone. So a few things you look at for is location, right? We have location, we are inside the reload zone, we have market structure, and then you need one more reason to take this trade, maybe a break out of this level. This is where Wyckoff would have gone long when you break the market structure up here. Yeah, so I mean the total market cap, it looks good. Looks very good. We can take a look at the Hex on the other forks on the ETH. It's not pumping that much. We can see the beautiful little W down here on the daily. And we've broken out. I think we've done like 30% on it. Once again, I don't think this is going anywhere. 22% in 3 days. Like these things rally like so hard because the liquidity is so low. That's Hex on ETH proof of work. And this is Hex on ETH fair. Yeah, I don't think these things are going away. We've engulfed pretty much all of the gains we've gotten, so people are selling off. This one looks a lot weaker. Hey, we don't even have market structure. We've broken market structure down here, so that's not the best to see. Either way, I haven't participated on this one either. I prefer this one. Still a lot of liquidity, not like 10k buy support down here, so people are interested but not very interested. the RSI is starting to turn around. It still has room to go. We're down 93%. This is what X has done already. Did Da Vinci threaten to punching you for using the little old lady? So the little old lady strategy is actually not Da Vinci's trading method. It is the rational investor, Brian Beamish. But he does not want us using that name, right? So I'll just call it something else. And mine isn't exactly the same as his. My strategy has changed over the years. But Da Vinci can come any day. So yeah, I think let's see if we've covered everything. Hex BTC. Yeah, we've covered the different pairs. All of them are pretty bullish and have measured moves to the top. I mean, the stochastic RSI, Hex versus wrapped Ethereum, is beautiful. And the amount of divergences. Yeah, I mean, there's so much bullish stuff on the chart. We just see how high we can go, right? So yeah, I'm gonna call the video here. Any last questions you guys want? Other altcoins you want me to take a look at? I need to find a way to, because I used to cover like 20 altcoins in a video. But I'm so heavily invested in Hex right now. I could make a different channel or maybe make some of those videos private and get it to guys out on Telegram. I don't know. I'll have to make a plan. But either way, I want to thank you guys for coming. This has been like 47 minutes. I tend to go for like an hour, so that's good enough, I guess. What's up, Free Speech? Thanks again, you guys, for coming. Crypto Scout, Micah Al, Dixon Sider, who else? San Antonio Mexican 5555, Michelle K, Sweaty. Thank you guys for coming. Remember, always play from a position of strength and do not get wrecked, alright? I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers for now and bye bye.